Dude,
It's probably
Falcons are
still not
such
going to
a
be so. It's probably still going to be easy to put this together here.
yeah.
Where I wave, that's what you need to look for. All
Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
right, let's do it.
All right, start.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, folks.
Welcome back to Week 4 recap.
Yeah,
And,
welcome back.
Yeah. There's some games that happened. There's some stuff that happened. So
Some of us are happier than others right now.
Yeah. So let's start with the first game of the week. Seahawks traveling to the Arizona Cardinals and winning 23-20. What I said needed to happen happened. Kyler finally gave the ball to Marvin Harrison Jr. Trevor right over double digits. And guess what? They almost won the game. Who would have guessed?
Almost. Well, to be fair, Marvin Harrison Jr., he did not have a good first half, like, at all.
Yeah, he's just not getting good separation with these corners.
Well, I mean, he had that one pass he caught, and then he bobbled it, and he got picked off by that one guy. Like, I'm really happy he got that touchdown because he needed that one, dude.
Yeah, that was a nice study. Sam played well, played efficient. I mean, this game kind of, I'm not gonna lie, like this game kind of like it kind of dragged in the middle of the second because it just there was like no movement for like a solid 15 20 minutes because it was 7-3 for the entire second quarter, and then it got exciting late. Arizona tied it up 20-20 because of Mike McDonald deciding on 3rd and 9 to run it, ran outside zone, and then it got immediately stuffed, and then they tried to kick the field goal, and then missed the field goal. It's like that was an interesting sequence. Like, why did you try to pass it so you could have kicked the field goal so you could have some urgency to win the game?
Yeah. This is starting to look like this is going to be Seattle's probably going to win the NFC West at this point, or they're at least the favorites.
I don't know. I still think the Rams are probably the favorites in that division right now, but Seattle still got a squad, man.
They do.
Their defense and credit to Arizona too. It's like they still haven't really found a second receiver that could run at least 40 yards down the field, but it's not like they didn't play. They didn't play horrible, and I don't think they have a bad team. It's just more so that I don't know how the heck they're going to finish these games. Dude. They always find a way to pull it close, and they can't finish.
Yeah. What do you think about Arizona right now?
It's just my thoughts about Arizona. What do you mean?
Just in this grand scheme of things, like, you think they could contend for a playoff spot?
I don't know. I don't think that they probably have enough firepower, frankly. And they start these games so slow, and they find a way back in the fourth, but they can't keep starting slow like this because eventually teams are just going to take advantage of that. That's kind of what Seattle did. Yeah, Kyle had a good game. Outside of those two picks down the middle of the field. Yeah, Kyle can't throw it down the middle of the field. Like the passing charts, everything just says like right here. You just can't have it with Kyler. He does well when he rolls out left. He does that squirrel like pull out left. I say squirrel like, but that's because everybody else is 6'5" on the field.
Yeah. He looks like a kid, like, just stealing his mom's iPhone when he runs.
Yeah, but that's because everybody else on the field is huge. So,
yeah.
Seahawks beat the spread at the close. So, there you go. That was the start of the week. I am ambivalent towards Seattle. I think they need to call better plays, dude. Honestly,
they do.
The offense needs to do something a little bit more productive, especially that second quarter. Man, that second quarter was just an absolute drag. Okay, next we have the Dublin game. I incorrectly said this was a London game. This actually took place in Dublin, Ireland. It was the Minnesota Vikings playing the Pittsburgh Steelers and losing 21-24. I think top of mind, DK Metcalf's still an absolute animal. Oh my god, that was one of the most athletic plays I've ever seen.
That was a great touchdown throw, and this game, I know the score looks a lot closer than it was, but this was not a close game, like the entirety of literally the first three quarters.
Yeah, man, Carson Wentz. He reverted back to Carson Wentz. He had 350 yards with 2 picks and 2 TDs. Those TDs were late garbage time touchdowns. So
Yeah.
this game was already well out of hand by that point. And
Rodgers and you first.
uh, Vikings came back late, trying to make it close to the 21-24, but I don't know. I never felt like the Steelers really let up at all on this game.
Rodgers is doing exactly what he needs to, and this is the perfect team for him because we're not going to see that old school Rodgers like 4 touchdowns, 350 yards a game with no picks like we used to. He just needs to be efficient because this is a defense run first team. He just has to deliver the ball like that DK Metcalf touchdown.
Well,
he was efficient. Look at his stats.
Yeah, Rodgers went 18 for 22, so he missed 4 passes, 200 yards, 1 touchdown. 81% completion rating, 9 yards per attempt. So that's what they're gonna do. Kenneth Gainwell he had 19 attempts for 99 yards, 2 touchdowns. This is what they're gonna do. They're gonna tell Rodgers, all right, throw an accurate football, maybe down the middle of the field, maybe on the other side of the hash, and we're gonna run the football, and that's how we're gonna win. And then we're gonna play defense, and then we're gonna get a bunch of strip sacks and turnovers on defense. Which, honestly, surprisingly, in this division, if they stay healthy, this division's very winnable now.
Yeah.
I mean, they got 2-game lead on everybody.
Especially what's going on with the AFC North, dude. Like, nobody's healthy.
Yeah, I'd say that if the Steelers keep it up and they just keep playing this kind of offense, or they keep playing these kind of games where they build an early lead, then I think that they got a real shot. I think that, DK Metcalf only had 5 targets, mostly because he only had already that 80-yard touchdown, but they need to keep pulling up. They need to keep pulling up those plays. They just need to keep doing it because it's like on those drive plays, on those like levels dig plays, like. DK's an absolute killer, especially if you could get him running left, and then try and curve him up the sideline. Like he's a freight train. But like that's the craziest thing about the Vikings though. Like Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison both went off for 100 yards and they lost the game. This offense is nuts. They need to take more time off the clock. Like Vikings just are kings of having these super long games.
So it's starting to look like they made a mistake letting go with Sam Darnold.
Maybe they did.
Because I don't like their quarterback room, dude. For the Vikings, I really don't.
I really think that we're starting to see the resurgence of vet teams, man. These veteran teams are just absolutely slaying right now. I mean, that's usually the case for the early season. Yeah, I think DK definitely needs to run more routes like
that one.
Yeah, they had him on like a 17-yard fade. They had him on a little curl. They had a little 5-yard out for him, and then they had the touchdown, which was a slant looking concept right there. I think they need to get to the ball a little more. Obviously, like DK
80 yards, bro. Freak. He's really good. But yeah, that's
the Steelers division lose. Like if they win next week, it's like they're gonna be 4-1. If every other squad loses, it's like Steelers have a 3-game lead.
And if Lamar's out, because that's really their only real threat.
Yeah, Lamar being out's a big bummer for the Ravens. But anyway, we'll get to them in a minute. Next, we have the Washington Commanders traveling to the Atlanta Falcons and losing 27-34.
The Falcons just piss me off, dude. I like it just feels like, can they just decide if they want to be good or not yet? Like, one game they're getting blown out, and then the next game they're blowing the other team out. Like, there's just no in between.
I think Penix just had a bad game. Penix had a really bad game. And
yeah, but against the Panthers?
What we're learning more and more about the Falcons is that it seems as though they may like to actually throw the ball outside the hashes. That seems to be their only sort of success rate. Because Penix went 20 for 26 yards, 313 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. And the passing chart, I mean, like, literally, there's one completion over the middle. Everything else to the right or to the left. And that seems to be what they want. This seems to be what they want him to do. They want to get the ball to their playmakers instead of having him throw the ball further down the field, which is smart. Because let's see, Drake London had 8 targets for 8 receptions, 110 yards. Bijan Robinson had 4 catches for 106 yards. Kyle Pitts had 5 catches for 70 yards and a touchdown. And Drake London also had a touchdown too.
Mariota played
you could just,
okay.
I think Atlanta finally figured out that, oh wow, we have all these top tier talents. Let's just give them the ball and then see what they can do with it.
Yeah, and then use them.
Wow, like who would have guessed? Who would have guessed that Bijan Robinson would have 100 yards as it's him and Jonathan Taylor, man. Those two are duking it out for RB1 this year.
Bijan is so smooth, dude. Just watching him make his cuts.
Yeah, man. It's so crazy how different they play, and yet they're still equally as productive. Whereas Commanders need Jay Daniels back desperately, dude.
They do.
They need him back because, I mean, Mario didn't have a bad game. He went 16 for 27, but only 156 yards is not going to cut it.
Yeah, and a pick.
Yeah, this offense just can't control the ball like they really want to. I will say that Deebo Samuel's still playing well. Went 6 for 72 and a touchdown. It's just, I mean, the run game for the Commanders, like, nobody had over 10 carries. You had Chris Rodriguez Jr. back from the dead. It's like, yeah, maybe the vet approach at running back wasn't the right approach for the Commanders. They probably should have just kept Brian Robertson and called it a day.
Yeah, I probably should have.
Yeah,
but they didn't.
Atlanta is just, I think that their plan is just build a slight lead, and then just run the ball with it. Algier and Bijan in the second half. Because, I mean, Algier in the second half was, I mean, he was just grinding it out, man. Like, it wasn't like they were really getting yardage plays. They were just kind of grinding it out.
They need to give Bijan the ball more, it looks like.
Dude, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Yeah, but 17 for that talent.
Get 22 touches. It's week 4. They don't. What, you want to snap him in half in week 5, in like week 6?
No, he needs to get the rock. He's their star player. He's a star player on offense for sure.
Oh, I would say shades of. I don't know. What do you think Bijan looks more? Who Bijan looks more like? I think he looks. I think Jonathan Taylor's more LT and Bijan's more Le'Veon Bell, but like faster.
I would say Bijan's more like Bijan and Jonathan Taylor's more like Jonathan Taylor.
I was trying to find their running styles, and like Bijan just runs so much differently than everybody else, dude. He's like Gumby out there, dude. He just bends all his ankles. It's crazy. All right, next, we'll keep this brief because it's Saints. I'm sorry, guys. Like it's over. It's 0-4. You're getting a quarterback, or you're getting a top tier pick. Yeah. 1 of 2. Next, we have the New Orleans Saints traveling to the Buffalo Bills and losing 19-31. I will say it again. Schedule makers, absolutely. I mean, this is cruel and unusual punishment. Having them to travel to Seattle from New Orleans, then having them to travel cross country to play the Buffalo Bills is just, I mean, that's just rough, dude. That's just rough.
Yeah, because the Khalil Shakir had a great game. I'm really happy to see Khalil Shakir become like the number 1 target for Josh Allen.
Yeah, Khalil Shakir won 5 targets for 5 receptions, 16 yards and a touchdown. Dalton Kincaid had 1 catch for 20 yards and a touchdown. Keelan Cole had 45 yards. Yeah, Buffalo's offense doesn't really need a big 100-yard catch kind of player, dude. They just kind of need.
When you have Josh Allen.
Yeah, they literally just need to grind out yards and then give the ball to James Cook and literally just watch him cook. And then Josh Allen might throw in a few quarterback runs. This offense is just. I mean, Buffalo's just efficient. Like it's so crazy. It's so crazy. So the Saints opened at a 16% chance to win this game, and they never went above that the whole rest of the game. Like they got
the best team in the AFC.
Yeah, they had an 8% chance to win, and they scored 7-14. It's like that's crazy. Like Buffalo is just so much better. Buffalo's just so much better than them.
No, they're kicking ass right now. They're the best team in the AFC West. They're the best team in the AFC just in general right now.
Meanwhile, I will say, it's not like the Saints don't have anybody. Like, honestly, I think the Saints could probably.
It's not like they don't have anybody. They just don't have much.
Yeah, Cam Jordan had a sack. Brian Breeze had a sack. Willie McKinstry had a sack.
They're rebuilding. It's a rebuilding team.
Yeah, I think that they're a rebuilding team for sure, but I don't think that they're completely. I think they're going to win a game here soon.
Yeah.
I don't think they're completely dead.
I think next week they'll win. I think they'll beat the Giants next week.
No, Chris Olave is rough. Like Alvin Kamara, they just need to trade Alvin Kamara. Like, it's time. It's time. Let him go. Like they get to see what you get from him. They could probably get a Christian McCaffrey kind of haul for him now, especially if the Commanders can call in. Like,
bro, he's almost 30. Like, why would anybody trade for Kamara? He never had over 1,000-yard season rushing.
Are you saying Kamara's a bad player?
I'm not saying I would trade for him.
I would trade for him.
I wouldn't.
Absolutely. I'd absolutely trade for Alvin Kamara. That's nonsense. What do you mean? A team like the Commanders love veteran running backs.
Well, they need a running back just in general because they're.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and they only seem to want to get a veteran running back. So I think Commanders make a whole lot of sense.
It just depends on where it goes or who would want him. That's it.
I think a team like the Commanders should be calling, or the Bears, one of the two. All right, next we have the Cleveland Browns traveling to the Detroit Lions. I mean, it's the Browns versus the new Lions. Come on.
Nothing new here.
Yeah, we're really gonna figure out. Dylan Gabriel won the game for one incompletion. That's a stat line. He had a 30. So let me get straight. So you can have a 39.6 rating off of an incompletion. Okay. Yeah, Joe Flacco.
Gabriel in literally they gave Gabriel literally one opportunity. Really, might as well just let Joe Flacco in. Really,
it was late in the game. It was super late in the game. Brown's got a star in Quinshon Judkins. I like at 21 for 82 and a touchdown. It's like in the long was 11. It's like, yeah, but like, how is he getting those yards? It's mostly because he's getting like contacted immediately in the backfield. So it's kind of tough to really judge that kind of production. And I mean, and they scored that touchdown earlier in the game. So if you took the Lions live line, I think the Lions live was like -4.5 or something like that after the Browns scored. This is why you wait for the games to start, so we could actually get a good read.
Lions look better than ever. Still look pretty good.
Yeah, I think they finally. I feel like they had like a new playbook, and like they had Ben Johnson's plays back in like the glossary part of it. So now they're like, oh shoot, let's look back. Oh, hey, he had some good plays here, and I think they had a lot of plays they just didn't even use last year.
This is probably if the season ended today, it's probably between the Eagles and the Lions in the NFC Championship game, dude. Because the Lions still look very good.
Yeah, their offense still looks incredible. Amon-Ra St. Brown had 7 catches for 7 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, what else you need? Jameson Williams needs to convert more targets, though, I think. He had 8 targets for 2 receptions. Like, he needs to catch the ball more. He had a few drops as he gave to it, and it's like, okay. I mean, it's not like the whole offense wasn't playing well. They were still convert after this kind of drops, but yeah, Lions look pretty scary. Still look pretty scary. Yeah. So, I mean, this is the thing, though. It's like, I don't really know how impressive going into Baltimore was. Because, well, we'll have to see. Like, I really want to see the Lions play a team like, I really want to see a rematch of Green Bay. I want to see Green Bay on the road.
I want to see that, too. I want to see what happens.
Because, yeah, if they can't beat Green Bay on the road, then it's going to be a long season for the Lions. For nothing. I won't spend much effort on this. Tennessee Titans travel to the Houston Texans and lose 0-26.
You see Cam Ward's comments after the game?
Oh yeah, we asked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let me just highlight this, okay? Ayo Manor. I'm sorry, I'm probably butchered that name. The wide receiver had 7 targets for 2 receptions. Calvin Ridley 3 targets for 2 receptions. Wow. The only person who caught all their catches was Tony Pollard, Helm, and Van Jefferson. Tyler Lockett had 4 targets for 0. Tyler Lockett had 4 targets for 0 yards. Like, inefficiency. Cam Ward had 10 completions the entire game.
So, anyways, yeah, there's not much to this game other than the Texans still have a really good defense, and I can't really give their offense that much praise because they played a pretty bad team, dude.
Yeah, they were getting home on Cannon Ward. Like it was ugly. Like they got two sacks on him, but I mean
One pick.
there's so many pressures though. Like that does not show the whole stat line. Like he was under pressure the entire game. So, yeah, Cam Newton needs an offense. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
He might need just a head coach too, dude. Like he just needs a better creative mind instead of
I mean, look, like their defense is good. Like Jeffrey Simmons is still a beast.
No, he's good, but that's about it. I don't even know who's really on their defense, bro.
Yeah, they had Quandre Diggs, Jerry Sneed, Cody Barton, like Amani Hooker.
I forgot they had Sneed. I forgot about that.
Like their offense is still functional, or their defense is still functional. It's just their offense is just. I mean, like look, like you can't put up 0 points and expect to win. You can't complete only 10 passes in the game, and you have 38% completion. 38%.
Their defense is functional. It's just not impressive. Does that make sense?
Yeah, they'll play well against teams like this. I don't know how well they'll play against like some of the top tier talent in the NFL.
I don't think they played well against this team. It's 26-0. They got shut out.
I mean, it could have been a lot worse. Should have been. They probably should have been a lot worse. All right, next. And speaking of a lot worse, we have the Carolina Panthers traveling to the New England Patriots and just getting obliterated, 13-42.
This game started out hot for Carolina, and then it just fizzled out completely.
I think the ownership group is starting to lose. I think they're starting to lose interest in Bryce Young. I think it's over.
They need to.
It's looking like it's starting to be over. I mean, they pulled them. They pulled them like in the fourth quarter because they're already down 6-35 by that point. It's I mean,
yeah,
it's not looking good for Bryce Young's odds in the NFL to survive because
Drake.
What a trade, man! Like that's gonna like. There's been some stinky trades recently.
Yeah, Drake may look good.
Yeah, Drake May only threw the ball 17 times, completed 14. I had 203 yards, two touchdowns, no picks. He also added a touchdown on the ground. He's looking. New England might have some. They have a nice squad here. I don't think they're like some of the top tier, but
they're young. They're a young team outside of one veteran. They're just young. The Patriots are they're just young. You know what I mean? They're just a young team. They don't really have a lot of experience. I think they're still trying to figure out like a lot of their offense, and I think Vrabel's probably the best head coach for this team.
Yeah, I agree. It's just
whereas with Carolina, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But as with Carolina, I think they got a good head coach. I think they just need to come to grips with Bryce Young's just not the guy. He didn't play bad, but I mean, I just feel like he's just an average quarterback who's not that tall.
I think that the Patriots defense is just really young, and I think Carolina scored 13, but it's more so that the Patriots just put it on offensively. It's clear that the offense is the strength of the Patriots right now. I just feel the defense needs a little bit more star power. Especially Milton Williams only had one tackle and he got paid all that money. It's like, all right, like, he's got to play better. Whereas Carolina, like, it's just, there's such a weird unknown quantity right now because it's just they feel like they have a good collection of talent. I just don't really know if they're the most well coached team right now. So it's like I know Dave Cannell's is trying to reinvigorate Bryce Young's career. Like it's a lot different to actually like consistently winning games than late in the season we beat a bunch of teams that are already checked out. Because it's like early in these games like Carolina does not start fast. Like Carolina does not start fast whatsoever. Yeah. I don't know. Carolina just feels like this is just another year of futility.
Yeah. Oh no.
All right, next we have
next game.
Los Angeles Chargers traveling to the New York Giants and losing 18-21.
I did not want Jackson Dart to start. This is why I didn't want him to start. Because
So
they need to do life. I don't think he's anything special. I think they're going to lose next week to the Saints. But those two picks from Herbert, one was just a great play from Dexter Lawrence because he went up and swatted the ball and he caught it. And the other one, McConkey tripped and ended up right in the D-back's hands. So I'm not really faulting Herbert for those. But Joe Alt going out, that hurt us bad, bro. We need to have Mekhi Becton. We're down to like our second and third string guys at O-line. The big story here, though, is Malik Neighbors going down and that stupid turf they have at MetLife.
yep, MetLife strikes again. I was literally saying that last episode. I'm like, this is gonna claim one of these bodies. And what happened?
Malik Neighbors.
I mean, I don't know how many times like people are just all these players keep saying we don't like playing in MetLife because of these reasons, and I mean look, I know all the other injuries weren't nearly as severe as Malik Neighbors' injury, but the fact that they're even still getting injured should be a problem. It should be viewed as a problem. You can't have turf out in the middle of New York City, I guess MetLife's considered in New Jersey, but it's still by the water. Like they've got to look that up. There's got to be something that the turf like reacts to like the atmosphere there or something. Like there's got to be maybe there's too much concrete or something like that. There's not enough give in the ground.
Well, here's the annoying thing. Here's the thing. FIFA, they changed the field to grass for FIFA when they're playing there.
Yeah, the World Cup next year. Yeah,
they can do it. They're just choosing not to do it.
Well, and okay. I also heard that they can put real grass in there, but usually they just put it on top of the turf. They don't actually do anything structurally to replace it, which I think is wrong. I think this is wrong. I think teams just need to take after the Packers, man. Like Green Bay's got grass.
Or Arizona.
It's freaking tundra. Yeah, Arizona. Well, outside of that Super Bowl where apparently everybody was slipping, but I think that might have been more of a cleat issue than a field issue.
Yeah, but Arizona, they have the cool rulers. They rolls the grass out of the stadium and they grow it and then they move it back in the stadium when it's time to play games.
Or they need something like SoFi. SoFi, I think the dome helps out a lot. And I think the problem is that it's turf that's exposed. So it's like it kind of like you know how things in the sun. Sometimes some things in the sun they sort of stretch and expand, and sometimes they contract. And especially depending on the conditions in New York City, it's like or in the New York region, it's like that turf might be like completely slick, and it might be a lot easier to tear something. It doesn't make any sense that it keeps happening on that field outside of it's just bad field.
Like a lot of big names too, like a ton of big names. Malik Neighbors is just the latest one, dude. Because I mean, Odell Beckham, Rodgers. This is the first two that come to mind.
There's a lot more.
There's a ton more, dude. I think it was like something like 20. I think it was more than that. But anyways, back to the game. Chargers are not in dire straits, but they're gonna need to figure out what's going on with the O line because we can't keep winning. Herbert cannot keep being hit 14 times a game, dude.
Yeah, you
cannot keep being hit 14 times a game. Yeah, we went bad outside of those two picks, but
losing your left tackle.
Yeah, and those two picks are just good plays by the defense. I mean, it wasn't Herbert making a dumb decision like Tua or something.
I think Chargers have a certified stud, Ryan Hampton. Oh my gosh, that guy's crazy.
He was good. He played he came alive that game. We needed him to do that.
Yeah, 12 rushes, 128 yards, and touchdown. Like, yeah, that'll do.
And Jackson Dart was efficient. He wasn't like Scadaboo's the best is probably the big name right now for the Giants, but
I don't know.
Dart didn't play bad.
Scadaboo's kind of riding off of the wave of hype because he had 25 attempts for 79 yards. 3 yards a carry is not inspiring numbers. And Jackson Dart didn't. He played efficient with 13 for 20, had 111 yards and a touchdown, and added one on the ground. That was a pretty good run that he had on the ground. Like a lie.
Yeah.
He adds another layer to this offense where he adds that mobility. And I mean, it's really easy to play on the New York Giants right now when you have the D line that they have, like Brian Burns and they got Dexter Lawrence at an interception. It's like
They have
that.
3 first-round picks
Yeah,
on their front 7, dude.
that D line's tough. That D line is always gonna be hard. And
Yeah.
I said it when we were doing our preseason. I'm like, all right, I knew the Giants were gonna be tough, like especially like on the ground. And I already
This is
said
the
like,
offense that everybody was.
I think I remember saying that like if you have an injured offensive line, you're playing the Giants. That's gonna be a rough day.
Yeah,
What do
and
you know? It just so happened to be against the Chargers. Yeah, Brian Burns had a sick Spider-Man celebration after a sack. Dude, he is a freak. He is an absolute.
he's good.
He's a freak of nature, man. He's gonna be really good for the Giants for a very long time. Okay, next we have the Philadelphia Eagles traveling down to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and winning 31-25. Hard to tell who's really the better team here.
The Bucks had a rough start. They started out behind, and they should not have started out behind. I mean, they came back and at least tried to make it competitive, but they did not start out well. And the Eagles, the fact that Jalen Hurts has a Super Bowl ring, it just offends me because look at his stats. Really,
Again, hey, I mean, hey, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I said it again, dude. I said special teams what's gonna win this game? Block punt in the first quarter.
yeah.
Like, it's just special teams is becoming a massive issue for Tampa Bay. Not Chase McLaughlin. I think their kicker's still really good, but just the unit as a whole just needs to play a lot better because Philadelphia is literally winning these games off of just early special teams penalties or special teams penalties, block kicks, and return kicks. Because we saw it last week. Like that's what won the game for them against the Rams, and now all of a sudden it's like they built a 14-0 lead off the back of a block punt, and they started on the plus side of the field. It's like, yeah, like Tampa needs to figure that out because it's definitely looked like the Eagles are the class of the East, maybe the class of the NFC.
I think this game would have been different if Mike Evans was playing. Baker didn't play bad. He had that turnover that wasn't good, but I feel like the Bucs are still a really good team. The Eagles just are annoyingly good right now, and there's nothing anybody could do about it because Ty Roseman knows how to draft.
Yeah, the Bucs got Wirfs back this week, but it was more so that he still looks kind of rusty. And the Eagles, I mean, Eagles are just boring right now. Hurts didn't really have a particularly great game. Went 15 for 24, 130 yards, 2 touchdowns. He played efficient. It wasn't particularly like it was a big Jalen Hurts game. You got to lose a few runs. He had 9 attempts for 62 yards. Seems like they're kind of substituting passes for rushes now in this offense, which is, I mean, it's fine. It's like as long as he gets them.
Well, he's pissing off AJ Brown. I don't know if you saw that.
I don't think he's that bad. Saquon Barkley had 19 for 43, and on a fake Philly tush push, flipped the ball to Saquon, man, and that was a good gadget. I don't know if they needed to really unveil that one at that point in the game. I think they probably just ran the tush push and call that a day, because I think they should have saved that play for a more competitive game. But I mean, hey, they called it and it worked, so there you go. Baker didn't really have a great game. He had 55% completion rate, 122 completions, 40 attempts, 289 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. That pick was ugly late. It was they could have had a comeback if they didn't throw that one. Surprisingly, like Emeka Buka and Godwin didn't really combine for 126 yards off 20 targets though. So it's like, I mean, like Ibuka still scored, but he probably should have 2 touchdowns. Bucky Irving had a monster game. He had 15 attempts for 63 yards on the ground, 5 catches for 102 yards and a touchdown.
He's good, dude.
Bucky Irving's really good. Yeah, they got a dog in him, and he can really run. It's just this is just more so that the Bucs just they gotta tighten up the special teams, and Baker cannot turn the ball over late.
Yeah,
those
are the big 2 kick. Those things cost the Bucs more than anything else.
They probably won the game. they probably would have won the game. That was a 14-point swing right there. Like the 14, like minus is 14 points. Like Bucks could have won it.
Yeah.
Whereas I mean, Eagles defense still crazy. Zach Bond's still an absolute beast. DeJean had a lot of tackles this game and a pick called back. I don't know. I think DeJean's still the main target there. I don't know. I think Quidon Mitchell's probably the number one corner.
Yeah.
I think he's starting to emerge there.
Yeah.
It's really. I mean, it's all about Philly's D line, dude. Like Philly's D line absolutely killed the interior D line for the Bucks. Like Baker was under pressure all day.
It's just crazy they got both Mitchell and DeJean, bro. Like,
it's crazy they have Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. Like,
yeah,
like they'd be stars on every other team. All right, next we have the Indianapolis Colts traveling to the Los Angeles Rams and losing 20-27. This game is an all-time example of make sure you run through the end zone with the football.
Donnie Mitchell cost the Colts this game.
I don't
like signaling people out, but he cost them both. He cost them this game.
Well, 7-point swing. That's yeah.
Well, you remember Jonathan Taylor had that long touchdown run, and then he got called back because Mitchell was holding.
Oh, that was after he already dropped the ball in the end zone. It just compounded. The issues just compounded for him.
Yeah, so he cost his team 2 touchdowns, bro.
Yeah, that was not good. Colts are using Tyler Warren a little bit more creatively. I like that. I like that they're unleashing that wrinkle in the offense.
Yeah.
I'll say that Adonai Mitchell had a good game, but you can't do stuff like that because when you do stuff like that, it just compounds and makes the problem worse. And that game was 10-13 at that point. The game was 10-13 at that point. Like if they would have taken the lead there, they probably could have salted the game away with Jonathan Taylor because Jonathan Taylor's probably the best back in the league outside of maybe Bijan Robinson. The Indianapolis Colts are an interesting team because it's like you don't expect them to beat themselves, and then they finally they find a way to do it.
Yeah.
This game should have been over in the third quarter, but Rams again found a way to hold on. Puka Nacua is an absolute monster. He had 15 targets for 13 receptions, 170 yards, and a touchdown. Tutu Atwell, game winner, 88-yard catch. Matthew Stafford's longest pass complete. Well, I mean, he didn't throw it that far, but this was the longest completion for a touchdown for a game winner for him. Stafford had 375 yards on 41 attempts, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Yeah, he's playing good. Stafford's playing really good. I would say their Rams defense again. I mean, they got a bunch of young studs on that team, and they're just getting teams off the field.
Yeah,
they're getting stops on third down. It's fun to watch. Dale Jones went for 262 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks.
Those 2 picks hurt him. Outside of Donnie Mitchell,
I don't really know. I don't think one of those picks wasn't his fault. I mean, yeah, it's hard to play against the Rams at Rams. It really is. People were talking about like the Sea of Red or anything like that, but it's like when the Rams play teams like the Colts or something like that, they play like a far away team. The Rams can't show out for them. So, yeah, I still think the Rams are really good. I think it's them and the Eagles. It's them, the Eagles, and the Bucks. In my opinion,
more than likely, definitely more than likely.
We'll get to the Packers, but I don't know.
They did not. The Packers did not impress me. We'll talk about them in a minute.
Yeah, next we have the Jacksonville Jaguars traveling to the San Francisco 49ers and winning 26-21.
Told you.
National media is saying that the Jaguars are back. I am a little... I don't know about this team, man. I really just don't know.
The Niners or the Jags?
The Jags. Niners, I think, are cooked. No, Nick Bosa's rough. They can't stop the run.
Dude, they just gotta like bite the bullet and just get a real quarterback.
I mean, yeah, Brock Purdy didn't play particularly great. He had 309 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, 57% completion rating. Like he played all right. He didn't play terribly great. Those 2 picks cost him.
Trevor Lawrence didn't really play lights out either. We're witnessing the resurgence of ETN though.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like I think Niners are gonna have some big troubles with their run defense without Nick Bosa because ETN literally he just bolted right down the sideline where Nick Bosa would have lined up at, and then boom, just ran for 48 yards.
And the Jags need to figure out what to do with Travis Hunter. Just have him play defense or play wide receiver. Dude.
Fine. I think he's playing fine. They just way overdrafted him for what he's giving them.
Well, no, it's just that like, he's just okay at two positions. He's not like elite at one. You know what I mean? Like it just feels like they're splitting him up too much.
Yeah, he's just there's always going to be less opportunities for him to make plays than in college, because in college it's like, okay, well, these quarterbacks don't really know where to throw the football, so of course Travis Hunter's going to get a lot more picks, and obviously he's going to get fed on offense. But it's like, this is the NFL, dude. It's like,
everybody's good.
3 catches for 42 yards, like, okay, like you might have, like, like that's solid. It's not like wide receiver 1 type numbers. It's not like second overall pick type numbers. You had a tackle on defense, but it feels more like the Jaguars are relying more on their actual talent on defense, like Devin Lloyd. But he had 6 tackles, 2 picks, a tackle for loss. He's looking good. Eric Armstead had the game stealing sack. Stop the Niners rebuff.
Do you see Robert Saleh and the head coach of the Jags going at it?
Were they barking at each other?
No, Robert Saleh accused him of illegal sign stealing.
Okay. It's the NFL, dude.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. I don't even know what he was talking about, but it was
stealing. Well,
legal sign stealing, which I don't. If it's legal, then why do you care? Why don't you do it then if it's legal?
I mean, they could watch the game too. Like, just because you make your sign super obvious doesn't mean that they have to respect that,
Yeah.
McCaffrey had a good game. He had 6 catches for 92 yards and a touchdown, 17 to 10 for 49 yards. It's really, it's McCaffrey or nothing for them. It's McCaffrey or nothing.
It really is, dude. Whenever he's out, like, this team struggles.
Ricky Pearsall had an okay game. He had 4 catches, 46 yards. Juwan Jennings is still kind of banged up. It's really hard to trust him for being a pass catcher. This team needs Ayuk back bad, and then Kittle back bad. They're 3-1 still.
This year?
They're not an encouraging 3-1, I'll say.
Yeah, and Purdy doesn't make it any better. I'm not gonna lie. I've been out on Purdy forever. You know me. You're friendly neighborhood Purdy hater.
To the Jags, I don't know about Lawrence, bro. It's not like he's like losing these games. He had 174 yards and a touchdown, so it's not like he's losing these games. Just I feel like that's probably his just channel.
He just doesn't care. It feels like
they need.
Does that make sense?
They need to put the football more in ETN's hand. I think ETN's gonna. I think he does. Well, dude, he absolutely.
No, don't get me wrong. I think he cares, but he doesn't. Remember with that whole, like, it wasn't really a controversy, but he said there's more to life in football when he came out of the draft. Everyone was kind of like suspect of that. Like, you need to be like, die hard for this.
Yeah.
But that's just who he is. He's just, hey, there's more life in football.
Nonchalant.
I'll play football. He loves football, but I mean, he's not. You know what I'm trying to say. He's not gonna kill himself to get back on the field.
Yeah. All right. Next, we have the Baltimore Ravens traveling to the Kansas City Chiefs, and this is a body bag game for them. 20-37. So, if you look at this chart, their win percentage, their win percentage was 65% when he threw the ball to Derrick Henry on Baltimore's 31-yard line. Then delay a game. Then just from there on out, it just was absolutely just all of Kansas City. The game was about, I'd say about midway through the second quarter, it was 7-6, and then all of a sudden, by halftime, it was 20-7. Lamar,
I'm worried.
I think Lamar got hurt around midway through the third quarter, and it was just, there was no real way of coming back at that point. Kansas City's offense was playing too well. Patrick Mahomes had 270 yards, 4 touchdowns on 37 attempts.
Their wideouts didn't do much, did they?
He just Patrick Mahomes was playing point guard. He had Tyquan Thornton have a touchdown on an 11-yard catch. Pacheco had a touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster had a touchdown. Marquise Brown had a touchdown. Nobody over 100 yards. Xavier Worthy led the team in receiving. He had 83 yards and 5 catches. Really, it just feels like Kansas City's.
Holy, look how many people rushed for the Chiefs. It just seems like they know they don't really have a good running game. Like, look, I mean, 38, 35, 34, 9, 5, -3.
Yeah, Kareem Hunt for 13 attempts, 34 yards is crazy.
Worthy has more rushing yards than their star running back, Pacheco.
He's a glorified tush push at this point for Kareem Hunt. It's hard for me to really buy into Kansas City at this point because I don't really believe that their offense is as good as this is. I think Baltimore got hurt. Like Baltimore lost everybody in this game. Roquan Smith went out. Marlon Humphrey went out. Lamar Jackson went out. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if John Harbaugh went out because he was just disgusted at how many injuries he was getting.
Ravens' defense is atrocious, dude. We have to start being real. They don't have a good defense anymore.
Yeah, I think we probably
should
be a little less.
Even before the injuries, they were still bad. I mean, I know Roquan's a big loss. If they lost it for more than the games, they're in dire straits.
Yeah, Baltimore's gonna have to win. They're gonna have to at least split the next two because if they're 1-5, it's you might as well just put a lid on the season, just shut down Lamar, and just call it a day.
And yeah, and if Lamar's out for an extended period of time, they're even more in trouble. What I was more worried about this game was like, I really hope this doesn't springboard the Chiefs into like being back to the Chiefs of old.
I don't think so. I'm a little less.
I don't think so. Their offense is still anemic. I just think this is more of a story about Baltimore having a terrible defense than the Chiefs being good on offense.
Yeah, it's a fluky win for the Chiefs. They played well against Cooper Rush. It's like, okay, guys, like, all right, let's stop pretending you guys are world beaters now, please.
Yeah.
All right, next we have the Chicago Bears traveling to the Las Vegas Raiders and winning 25-24.
This was one off
Genty, absolute breakout game.
Yes, I loved it.
Yeah,
I loved it.
He went 21 for 130 yards and a touchdown and caught 2 passes for 17 yards and 2 touchdowns. Yeah, he absolutely rolled. Absolutely rolled.
You see that nice little 65-yard touchdown he had?
Oh yeah, that was very reminiscent of the Boise State days. It was bound to happen. Yeah, it was bound to happen. You can't give that guy enough too many carries and then him just not doing anything with them. Problem is that his team doesn't do anything with him because Geno Smith went 117 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 3 picks.
Geno's bad, bro.
Literally,
Geno's bad.
Literally, I only had to throw it to GNT and he probably would have had a better day, even if it was in the Raiders.
The Raiders almost won this game. The Bears blocked their field goal attempt at the end. That's how the Bears won.
Yeah, Bears did not really have a great game either. Caleb Williams went 22 for 37, 212 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Didn't look great either.
The Bears did not look good.
This was really a battle of mid teams, man. And yeah, and the only reason why the Raiders were even in this game was because GNT just had an absolute monster run.
Yeah, GNT was probably the only thing on that offense, and the Raiders just lost their starting left tackle. I don't know for how long, but he got carted off. Yeah.
So here's the stat for you. Raiders rookie Ashton Genty finished with 138 rushing yards and a touchdown on 21 carries while adding 2 touchdown receptions on 2 catches for 17 yards. The only other 2 players he ever eclipsed that are Hall of Famer Marcus Allen and Bo Jackson. So
good company to be in.
Very good company to be in. I hate that he plays for the Raiders, though. I wish he played on a real team instead of the. I mean, I know the Raiders are a real team. Like, literally, they are a real team, but they're not like a contender.
It pains me. I'm happy he went 6 overall. I just hate it when it was to the Raiders.
Yeah, man, he's super talented. I think Bears' offense is okay. I don't want to say they're anything special. I just don't know the Raiders' defense is. I feel like the Raiders' defense might be not as bad as people thought it was.
I just think these 2 teams are kind of similar in a lot of ways.
Not really.
Actually, no, I take that back. The Raiders have better running back.
I'd say they're actually kind of they're reverse images. I think because Geno Smith's kind of like the older grizzled veteran, and Caleb Williams like the young quarterback. Raiders got like an absolute stud at RB, whereas Bears are kind of like duct taping running backs of the past to try and work out still. It's clear that the Bears' wide receiver one is Roman Dunze now. DJ Moore is starting to slowly take a distant second in that receiver room, which makes you wonder, like, why do they spend all that money for DJ Moore? But whatever. I mean, I always question the Bears' decision making, to be honest, because it just feels like both these teams just don't really. It feels like they spent the pick on Ashton Jeanty, and it's like, okay, well, if you had an offensive line, he'd be doing that like every week.
Yeah.
So, and then next we have the Sunday Night Football game. We have a tie, the rare tie, scoregami tie. The Green Bay Packers tied with the Dallas Cowboys 40-40.
This was stupid.
Disgusting, absolutely disgusting. I love it.
I hate ties.
I love it. It's so good. I love scoregamis like this.
I think the Packers are. I think we're all overrating the Packers a bit. I'm gonna be honest.
I think their defense. Come on, they got Micah Parsons, and it just feels like they just don't really want to turn him loose. I mean, he had a sack.
It feels like nothing changed. I mean, they just feel like the same Packers.
I mean, Jordan Love had 337 yards, 3 touchdowns. Josh Jacobs had on 22 attempts, had 86 yards, 2 touchdowns. Like Emmanuel Wilson's having a solid backup for the Packers. If Josh Jacobs is leading your receiving yards, then that's kind of an issue. Romeo Doubs had 3 touchdowns. Marcus Golden had 58 yards. I feel like they spread the ball around too much, man, for Green Bay. I feel like they actually needed to start solidifying who their number one is. Whereas the Cowboys, Dak Prescott had 319 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Javonte Williams had 20 attempts for 85 yards and a touchdown. George Pickens went off. He had 8 catches, 134 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Pickens had a good game. He had a very good game.
Yeah, that's the thing about Dallas, man. Dallas's offense is still really good. Their defense is just still super suspect. And
suspects.
Packers secondary, yeah, and the Packers secondary outside of Xavier McKinney, it's like they're just
not much.
I mean, they need Micah Parsons has to play every down for the Packers defense to work. He has to play every down. They can't keep just rotating him out because he has back soreness.
Yeah. Also, I hate ties. I think I get rid of ties.
I think a tie is necessary, but I think there should be a tiebreaker. There should be absolutely at the end of the game, instead of like, oh, let's kick it for a tie, there should be, okay, let's kick it and then let's go to double overtime. And I think you should just get. I think honestly, overtime should just be you get one drive. Each team gets one drive. If you don't score at all, then you lose. But it's like, I guess that would still end up in a tie anyway.
I just hate staying up late and just like, oh yeah, game ended in a tie.
Well, ties make sense because they don't want players to get too injured, dude. Like the more you play football, the more likely you're to get injured.
I want blood. I want to see violence.
I was pulling for this game to be a scoregami, and it ended up being a scoregami, dude. There's never been a 40-40 tie ever in the NFL. Yeah. I mean, that's got to be one of the highest scoring ties ever, though. I think it's the second highest scoring tie in NFL history.
Yeah.
It's weird how it happened because it was 13-2 at the start of the game. So I don't think anybody was really expecting it to end up like that. But yeah, I think a tie perfectly describes both the Packers and the Cowboys. I feel like they're both at that position right now. I feel like the Packers can still ascend, and I feel like the Cowboys are overachieving right now.
I would agree.
And next we have the Monday doubleheader. We have the New York Football Jets traveling to the Miami Dolphins, losing 21-27. Tyreek Hill tore his ACL, out for the season.
He didn't just tear his ACL, buddy. He's dislocated he tore every ligament in his knee.
Well, that's what. Well, I mean that's the official diagnosis was a torn ACL, but it looked a lot worse than that.
Well, just his knee too. That was the other diagnosis.
Yeah.
He's done. His career's over.
Yeah, this game was a stinky. This game was an absolute stinker.
I feel bad for Justin Fields, dude. It just feels like Justin Fields gives it his all in the end. It just doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
like
he had
the famous Linkin Park song.
He
did have a cool touchdown run. Yeah. Darren Waller showed up again.
Yeah, he didn't have a Fields didn't have a bad game. He went 20 for 27, 246 yards, 1 touchdown, 74% completion rating. Yeah, he had 7 attempts, 81 yards and a touchdown on the ground. Brees Hall probably still needs to get more touches. I think
Yeah.
Braylon Allen's still a super work in progress, and I think Brees Hall's definitely the guy there. Garrett Wilson had 6 catches for 80 yards and a touchdown. I mean, like he's probably their only reliable pass catcher at this point.
Yeah.
They just don't have much. They just really don't have much. Dolphins might have a guy in Ollie Gordon to take some pressure off Achane, but Achane still went 20 attempts for 99 yards and a touchdown. I mean, he's still solid.
Yeah.
I guess that's the thing. It's like Miami's got solid players. It's just they're a penalty rich team, dude. Like they get so many penalties. Same thing with the Jets. This game's hard to watch because of all the penalties. And it's just they're 0-4 and 1-3. It's like it's tough to really believe in either one of these teams right now, especially when the other team, the winning team, loses their best player.
Yeah. Dolphins had some sweet unis though. Those rivalry
uniforms. Those midnight Miami ones look nice.
So did the Cardinals too.
This game feels like it didn't really have that many consequences to it. To be honest, I felt like this was just going to decide who was fourth in the division. And
it's looking like the Jets again.
Yeah, it's looking like they're fourth in the division, and it's going to be a close fourth for both teams. I thought the Jets could pull this one out. I guess they needed to play during the day. I don't know. I guess they play better in the day. Yeah. And then finally, we'll round it out with my team. The Cincinnati Bengals traveling to the Denver Broncos and losing 3-28. What do you want to say?
Your team is kind of. I mean, your team's weird. Like I don't know if they start out well and they just kind of go meh.
They do. So Denver was up 14-3 and a half. It just feels like Denver takes their time on offense. They're a big time possession team. I feel like Denver really plays it too close to the chest on some of these drives because it's mostly like it feels like they just know that some plays are just going to work, and then they just don't call those plays until late in the game, and then they don't work late in the game. That's what I feel like. And then, I mean, Cincinnati was kind of. I mean, they just this defense is just hellacious. The pass rush is just insane, and the Bengals' offensive line, man, it's just, dude, they still cannot figure it out. It is an absolute curse at this point because they cannot figure it out.
The Bengals make dumb do the Bengals really need T. Higgins?
It's looking like T. Higgins was shaping up to have a good game, and then Denver's pass rush just absolutely killed the game. I mean, Nick Bonito a sack and a half. Yeah, John Franklin Myers sack. Jonathan Cooper had a half sack, and I think he had like 5 pressures. Like
the Bengals are done this year. Bengals are not going anywhere. Like I know they're 2-2 right now, but they beat the Browns and the Jags. Barely beat the Jags, by the way, and Burrow's gone for the year.
They don't want to change their identity. The Bengals just don't want to change their identity. Zach Taylor is always, we're gonna throw it. We're gonna throw it.
You can't throw it.
Yeah, and they just this game was a snooze fest because the Bengals just kept trying the same thing over and over and over again, and it's just the Denver defense. It was too easy for them. This game was way too easy for the Broncos defense. I really was hoping that the Bengals put up more of a fight because the plays are there. Like I feel like it's gonna get games like this develop bad habits for a defense because I mean like look they had a few plays like Bengals if Jake Browning actually had time in the pocket or he was Joe Burrow, he probably would have made those throws because there's a few like long touchdowns they left on the board. And you can tell Jamar Chase was getting pissed during the game because if you actually would zoom out, like Jamar Chase was like streaking down the sideline on one of those sacks, and it's like if he just would have released the ball, he probably would have got it.
Well, I mean, he didn't have time to be fair to Jake Browning. He didn't really have time to do much.
Yeah, but imagine if that was Joe Burrow, that would have been a touchdown.
Yeah, but it's not Joe Burrow.
And that's what I'm saying. Like I want the defense to play better, and if they are going to want to beat these teams that are contending, especially when they have all their players, it's like, okay, what are we going to do against Buffalo? Like Josh Allen is going to miss that throw.
Yeah.
Like got they like It's 20-3, and I'm happy that they won. But at the same time, though, it's like I would
If
like
this
the
was a
defense to
close,
play better.
if it was a close game, you'd be worried.
Uh, I'm not so worried so much because I feel like Bo Nix is finally starting to understand.
Mellow down.
He's starting to understand his limitations because I think, like right now, man, he's just not a good deep ball thrower. He's just not a good deep ball passer. He's just not like inside the 20. Inside the 20. He's money. I think inside the 20, he's money.
He can throw it, just not accurately.
Yeah, and it's just
deep.
He relies too much on his defense to win these games. But the one thing I did love about this game though is that Denver finally decided that they wanted to run the rock. They finally decided, you know what, we're just going to commit to running the football. And guess what? It paid dividends.
J.K. Dobbins
had 101 yards. Finally, a 100-yard rusher for the Broncos after 38 games. They kept saying that through the broadcast. I was getting kind of upset. It's like, all right, yeah, it's going to probably break it tonight. There you go. Finally have a 100-yard rusher. J.K. Dobbins looks all the way back. And this offensive line for the Broncos is just amazing. That's why that's why I'm like, we need to start blowing these teams out, especially if our offense. If they're not getting any pressure against our offensive line, like Bo Nix should easily be thrown for 400 against this team.
You know you're talking about a position for Alvin Kamara when they get rid of him. The Saints get rid of him in the offseason.
I think
the head coach.
I think Broncos going to ride with RJ Harvey and Dobbins. I think they like this combo.
Well, Dobbins is special because Dobbins has like just multiple injuries, and he still just looks like the same runner.
Yeah, I think Bo Nix needs to adopt the Josh Allen rushing attack, where it's like only run it if you absolutely need to. And Bo had a good game outside of the pick. He had 326 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 69% completion rating. So, I mean, he's definitely, he's definitely playing. He's definitely seen the field a lot better than he was earlier in the year. But you gotta keep it up. Gotta continue to keep it up. Patrick Surtain's still an absolute animal. I mean, you erase Jamar Chase this game. And yeah, I mean, the Bengals are 2-2, and they look like they're probably going to be 4th or 3rd in the division. If the Browns win a game, it might be the Bengals and the Browns vying it out for.
Yeah.
I mean, and even then, it's like, you know, the Bengals are still. I mean, they barely beat the Browns in Week 1, so it's like I really don't know how good this team is. I feel like they're still riding off the high of the 2021 Super Bowl appearance, and it's like, what do they do to get better from that?
What have they done lately?
What they've done lately is that they kept spending money on their offense and they spent no money on the defense.
Or offensive line.
Yeah. Like, I was checking their PFF grades for their offensive line. It's like they don't have anybody over like 60, which is, by the way, horrific.
Bad.
Horrific.
Yeah, and that will happen again. Burrow got hurt.
They're gonna get Burrow. I mean, Burrow is. I don't wish anything bad about Joe Burrow. I wish he gets back on the field and healthy, but the Bengals ownership has got to look in the mirror and be like, yeah, we got to protect our guy. We cannot. We got to trade some people. Like trade T Higgins for any alignment.
Anybody at this point.
Yossi would be a good number 2 on the squad.
I think Burrow's gonna pull a Carson Palmer.
Yeah, you can't pay all these millions of dollars for 3 catches for 32 yards against Riley Moss. Like Riley Moss was about to get freaking fried that game if he had Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Like I don't like it, they wouldn't need T. I think they just got. I think that now that they have a quarterback, now they're starting to listen to their quarterback a little too much instead of what they need to do, which is just get an offensive lineman. Stop getting all these weapons. Stop drafting wide receivers. Get linemen. Honestly, if they just took all their picks in the draft next year and just drafted linemen, I think everybody would be like, "Yeah, that was smart."
That's what the Chargers do now, dude. I need the Chargers to like just every first round pick just get an lineman.
Build up the trenches, man. That's what Denver did. Denver has the number 1 offensive line in the league this year. At least that's what they're grading it. I don't know. It's hard to judge, but yeah. Like, you have an offensive line, you play better. Just how it goes. All right, well, that's our Week 4 recap. We'll be back soon for our Week 5 prediction episode, where I think we did pretty good last week. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, we did pretty good.
Yeah. We'll see you then.
Bye, folks.